I know you're in pain. I know you wear the mask of laughter and confidence, but I know you're in pain. I know you don't like yourself. That's why you keep running to the methamphetamine and the sex. It's out of control. Hey guys, my name's Rob Lopicola. I'm a sex addiction recovery coach and transformation specialist. I'm also sober from sexually addictive compulsive behaviors and methamphetamine use for nearly 12 years now. And I feel compelled to do a video today talking about methamphetamine addiction and sex addiction. And you may not realize what an epidemic we have going on here with methamphetamine use, especially in the gay and bisexual community, and sex addiction. First, I want to talk about some numbers, and I have my graphic today is about a warning, and I really want you to understand, if you are methamphetamine and or sex addicted, the gravity of it. And you may not realize really what's going on in your life if you're addicted to methamphetamine and sexually compulsive behaviors, because a lot of addicts, and I did for a long, long time, I did not want to be an addict. Before I realized I was an addict and admitted I was an addict, accepted that I was an addict, and embraced that I was an addict to methamphetamine and sexually compulsive behaviors and alcoholism. I was an alcoholic for years before I was introduced to methamphetamine, and my sex addiction started in my teen years, and I didn't get help for it really until my early to mid 40s when I got arrested. I had to hit a really, really desperate place in my life for me to finally seek help. In fact, most people who are sex and methamphetamine addicted don't seek out help until around 40 years old. Generally, you have to lose a lot before you're ready for help, before you're ready to admit that your methamphetamine and sex addiction has crumbled your life. We need years and years of pain and agony and loss before we get on our knees and we finally humble ourselves and face the truth and get help for our methamphetamine and sex addiction. For me, it wasn't until my early 40s. For you, I don't know when you're going to open up and get ready for help, but I want to point out to you really what's going on with you when it comes to methamphetamine and sex addiction, and the way it is in our culture today, the severity of this. And I want to point that out to you because it's so severe today. Methamphetamine use, which is today mixed with fentanyl. I'm sure you've heard the news reports. You know what's going on. The fentanyl is mixed with the methamphetamine today, and that's how most overdoses are occurring with methamphetamine. In fact, in 1999, 608 people in the United States died from methamphetamine overdose. In 2021, that was exasperated in number. Over 52,000 people died from methamphetamine-related overdoses, and 60% of those overdose deaths were because methamphetamine was mixed with fentanyl, and you won't know if methamphetamine is mixed with fentanyl in the methamphetamine you're using. Do you know that just over 2 pounds of fentanyl, can kill over 500,000 people? It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl to end your life. If you have just 2 milligrams of fentanyl mixed in with your methamphetamine, very likely you will overdose and lose your life. And let me ask you something, is it worth it? Truly, just basic question. Is it really worth it? Have you been seeking or searching for help? Have you been getting on your knees praying to God or some higher power out there to take it away from you? Have you been searching online for help with your meth and sex addiction? Have you been seeking out therapy or coaching or programs online, offline, 12-step groups to get help for your methamphetamine and sex addiction? To no avail. You're still using your methamphetamine. You're still acting out in sexually compulsive behaviors. You haven't discovered yet what will work for you to break you free from your methamphetamine and sex addiction. Well, I'm here to tell you there is a way, and I'm here to tell you you can break free from your methamphetamine and sex addiction. But I do want to talk a little bit about what sex and meth addiction is doing to our culture and to you. First and foremost, methamphetamine addiction starts young for most people. In fact, the average age for methamphetamine addiction is 23 years old. Now, I wasn't meth addicted until I was around 39 or 40. In fact, I didn't even use drugs until my late 30s. But for most people, they're already methamphetamine addicted by 23 years old. And the average age for overdosing on methamphetamine, which is usually mixed with something else like heroin or fentanyl, the average age for overdosing on methamphetamine is around 40 years old. And typically, most people who seek help for their methamphetamine and sex addiction is generally around 40 years old. And the question is, will you be one of the fortunate ones that actually survives this addiction, gets help and reprieve, and then can live a life free from sex and meth addiction? Or are you one of those that may overdose and lose your precious life from your addiction to methamphetamine, which typically coexists with sex addiction? In fact, 33 million Americans, 33 and probably more, these numbers come from various different reports and studies and sites online, but around 33 million Americans are sex addicted. Can you imagine that? 33 million, and nearly 2 billion people around the world are sex addicted. Isn't that insane? And imagine this now. Over 600,000 Americans use meth weekly. Weekly, meaning they are either borderline or they are addicted to methamphetamine. That's 1 out of 555 people are addicted to methamphetamine. 4 out of 10 gay and bisexual men use methamphetamine. And 2 out of 10 men are sex addicted. I mean, these numbers are huge. These numbers are unreal, and it's progressing. The numbers are increasing. The numbers of people using methamphetamine is going up. The numbers of people that are addicted to sex is going up. The number of deaths from overdosing on methamphetamine is going up. Where are you when it comes to your meth and sex addiction? You know, I was meth addicted. I know what it feels like to go to the parties, the meth parties. The sex is amazing. It's so addicting and it's so powerful. That's why so many are losing their lives, because the addiction is so powerful. I know it is. I had to get arrested. I had to hit such a desperate place where I was getting on my knees begging God to die. I wanted to die. I didn't want to live anymore. Your sex addiction and your meth addiction will take you there. It's going to take you to a dark place where you want to die. It's going to take away your wife, your husband, your kids. It's going to take away your career. It's going to destroy your relationships. It's going to destroy your confidence. It's going to destroy your friendships. You're going to hang out with people you never would hang out with sober and clean. You're going to have sex with people you would never have sex with. You're going to put yourself in dangerous situations. You're going to commit crimes because of your sex addiction and meth addiction. You're going to become a criminal, get arrested, go to prison because your morals and values are destroyed by meth and sex addiction. The only journey you're going to experience in your meth and sex addiction, there's only one journey, one. Misery, pain, agony, loss, hopelessness, self-deprecation, isolation, shame, guilt, self-disgust, self-loathing, suicidal thoughts, maybe suicide. That's the only outcome. Are you hearing me? That's the only outcome. There's no other outcome for you. And boy, I'll tell you, I was sex addicted for decades. I was meth addicted for years and alcohol addicted for decades. I couldn't run faster away from myself I was running so fast to get away from me. And I was running so fast to what I thought, what I believed, what I felt was the solution to me. My self-hatred, my inferiority. In spite of my successful career for many years and my money and my success, in spite of it, I was such an insecure and self-loathing man. And I ran to sex and methamphetamine to just feel better. And it kept destroying everything. It destroyed my life. But I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop. You understand that. If you're sex and meth addicted, you get it. I just couldn't stop. No matter what I did, I couldn't stop. Got to the point, my mind was so messed up, I didn't care if I died. As long as I died high on methamphetamine in a sling. I mean, that's where my mind took me. Is that where your mind is taking you? Do you feel like you're getting to such a place of hopelessness and despair and self-loathing that you want to die? That you don't want to live anymore? Do you hate yourself so much that you keep running to the sex and the methamphetamine just to feel better? Have you lost hope that there is another way? Have you lost hope that there's a way out of this death that you're running toward? You think you're running toward feeling good. You're running to death. You're running to death, which creates an illusion of feeling good. You have put yourself in horrible situations sexually and with people. Dangerous situations. Situations where you're destroying your body. You're poisoning your own mind. The gift that you have, this life, the brain you were given, the opportunities. Think about all of the dreams you had as a child. Now, I'm not here to put you down. I know what it's like, but I want you to feel for a minute. I want you to really just sit back. I was where you're at. I know. But I'm asking you, sit back and just look at your life. Just become an observer for one day. Just observe. I know you're in pain. I know you wear the mask of laughter and confidence. But I know you're in pain. I know you don't like yourself. That's why you keep running to the methamphetamine and the sex. It's out of control. And there's a way out for you. I'm 12 years free from methamphetamine and sexually compulsive behaviors. It doesn't mean I don't have the thoughts. But I have learned with 12 years behind me of vigorous spiritual development that I'm not responsible for my first thought. But I am responsible with what I do with that thought. When I get stuck in my head, this is where the problem lives. In my thinking. Your own brain, your mind is where the problem is living. Don't think for a minute that the mind that caused the problem in your life right now, your meth and sex addiction, is the same mind that can fix it. No. You need help. If you're methamphetamine and sex addicted, you need help. A 12-step group, a coach, a therapist, a counselor, loved ones. You need help. Please don't attempt to do it on your own. You won't succeed. You'll keep going back over and over and over and over to those behaviors, and you're going to get hopeless, and you're going to want to die. You don't want to taste death. There's no coming back. You're worth it. You are a wonderful person that is so lost in your addiction. You're trapped and blinded by the illusion of what you think it's giving you. You're always searching for the next fix, the next high, a better high, better porn, better sex, better meth, a better party. If you watch my last video I posted last week, there'll never be enough. You're never, ever, ever going to attain what you think you're looking for. It'll never happen. Never. You're searching for something that'll never happen. Except death. That's where you're going. So listen, I have something for you that I want you to watch. It's 30 minutes. It'll go by like that. I want you to treat it like a classroom. It's a 30-minute, 10-step strategy session to help you break free from sex addiction. You can use most of those strategies if you're meth addicted to start to break the cycle of your addiction. You are trapped in an illusion. That's a lie. You have a story you tell yourself about life. That's a lie, and you believe it. You want more and more of something that's never going to satiate yourself. It's not going to happen. You're searching out the drugs and the sex and the pornography to feel good, to numb the pain. But there's another way to feel good. My coach told me that I deserve to feel good. I deserve to feel confident. I deserve to feel the greatness I feel when I'm high on methamphetamine or acting out in sexually compulsive behaviors. I just have to learn how to do it in healthy ways. And I want you to learn how to do it in healthy ways. I want you to have sex. I want you to enjoy your sex life, but healthy sexual expression, free from guilt and shame and self-loathing and isolation and secrecy. I want you to take care of your body, your mind, your health, and your life so you can live. And this warning doesn't have to be for you anymore. So please watch my 10-step strategy session. I also have for you a free ebook. It's 48 pages. You can go on my website, sexaddictionrelief.com. It's a 48-page ebook on 5 phases of recovery and transformation from sex addiction. You can use this in line with your meth addiction. You can download it right now, sexaddictionrelief.com. This ebook is going to help you. Spend some time. Spend some quality time getting out of the illusion and denial of your addiction and get into the solution. Don't stay in the problem. Get in the solution. And I'm offering you some free resources to do that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Hit a thumbs up on this video because I want this video to get out there to help people. And the more thumbs up and likes I get, it will help me in the algorithm. You know how that works. You've probably heard this before. I need your help with that. But I want you to watch a whole bunch of videos on my YouTube channel, even ones from a year ago. They're a little older now, but they're going to give you some insight. They're going to give you strategies and techniques, and it's going to talk to you. Those videos are going to talk to you about what you need to do to change your life. And I want you to change your life. And one last thing I'm going to offer you. A free 45-minute conversation with me. If you need to talk about your sex addiction and meth addiction, you can go on my website again, sexaddictionrelief.com. On the front page, I offer a 45-minute free coaching session where I can hear your story, we can discuss your pattern of addiction, and we can talk about what we can do to start getting you out of that. It's for free. Take advantage of these. And the reason why I'm doing them for free, now of course I have coaching that you can pay for if you're interested, but the reason why I'm giving you so many free resources is I know what it's like. I was meth addicted, horribly sex addicted, and alcohol addicted. Like I went from TV weatherman, success and prosperity, to homelessness, sleeping on park benches, having nothing, and then getting arrested and going to prison. I ended up having cyber sex with an underage teenager that I met on Craigslist years and years ago. And I went to prison for that. And that was when I was ready to surrender, when I was done. My hope for you is that you get to a point during one of my videos here, something I might say that'll lead you to the point where, or at least help you get to the point where you are done. So take advantage of the free resources I'm providing for you here. And if you want ongoing coaching, I'm certified, qualified, experienced, and I'm sober. I can give you so many strategies and techniques that will help you change your life. I don't want you to be a statistic. I want you to champion your life. I want you to live your life full. So when you do die, you've lived your dreams, you've lived your passions, and you can die peacefully and empty because you used all of your talents and skills and abilities. In this one beautiful life, you have an opportunity to enjoy. So I hope you got something out of this video. I did this by pouring my heart out to you. I'm here for you, and I hear you. And if you need me, please reach out. I want to be available for you. I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave any comments if you have any comments you want me to respond to, or anything you want to say in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm grateful you spent nearly what are we at? Almost 20 minutes. I'm grateful you spent about 20 minutes with me today. And be well, man. I look forward to hearing from you. God bless.